Good afternoon. Tom Whitman here from HVAC Coaching Corner and Pro Comfort Advisor. Fast, accurate, and professional pricing for the HVAC professional. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 7.1 billion people that make up the world's population. 7.1 billion. What percentage of those do you think live in a country where they are given the opportunity and the right to pursue their own happiness? Would you believe only 4.5%? That means that over 95% of the world's population, they do not have the right or the privilege to pursue their own happiness. Isn't that amazing? You would have a better chance of hitting the lottery 3 times in a year or getting struck by lightning twice in a year than you would being born in the United States of America or Canada. So congratulations, you've already hit the lottery. My question for you is, what are you going to do with it? There seems to be a lot of people that don't understand that privilege. I couldn't imagine living in a country that wouldn't allow me to pursue my own happiness. Could you? Imagine what that's like. I have a couple of questions for you, though. It's pursuit of happiness. Does that mean that we're going to achieve it? Well, of course not. Does that mean that we're entitled to it? Just because we're born here, are we entitled to our own happiness and whatever we think we deserve? Of course not. There's no entitlement for it. You have the opportunity to go out and work for it, to earn it. The harder you work, the more you earn, the more you grow. That's the way it works. But are you going to be successful every time? Of course not. And thank goodness for that, right? This is all a mindset, folks. This is important to get. Thank goodness for the opportunity to learn from our mistakes. Because good judgment comes from experience, friends, and experience comes from poor judgment, so long as we learn from that. So if you never want to lose again, stop winning and losing and start winning and learning. That's the difference. That's a mental shift, isn't it? But there's a responsibility that goes along with that and accountability that a lot of people are just afraid of. That's why they would rather hide behind this word called lose so they don't have to be accountable to make better choices, which is just foreign to me. But you know what? That's your choice. That's their choice. So I would encourage you to stop hiding behind this word lose and start learning from those experiences so that you can get better. When you have, first of all, an attitude, a grateful attitude, an attitude of gratitude for it, living in a country that encourages you to go for it and pursue your happiness. You've got to be grateful for that, first of all, and take advantage of it. Second, stop winning and losing and start winning and learning so you can get better and advance things for you. As long as you continue to win and learn, you're going to get better. And in sales, that's very, very important. Very important in sales, because you have to be thick-skinned, let things roll off your back. You're going to be told no a lot, and you need to learn from that so you can get better. Second thing I want to talk about is something called core values. When we discuss winning and learning, we need to be able to measure our losses against something that we can learn from. Core values is what I've used for years to do so. And it amazes me that whenever a situation didn't go right, I lost a sale, or a situation didn't go the way I had planned, or it would have been perceived before as a loss, I would take that as a situation and measure it against a certain set of core values and principles. And every single time without failure, I would see a few core values or principles that simply didn't line up with my actions. So my next approach was better because I made sure that they were in alignment, because I learned from that experience and made better judgment call. And I'd like to reveal that technique to you so you can get better. So I'm going to share the core values that I measure decisions against to try to paint a picture for you. And if you want to use them, that's great. They're downloadable right here. I believe it's going to help you quite a bit. It's made up of 7 core values: quality, respect, accountability, integrity, openness, and balance. And there's about 3 or 4 bullet points underneath each. And when anything goes wrong, if you measure that situation against these values, it'll help identify which values weren't in alignment totally with that situation. Here it goes. Quality. The first one is consider, understand, and manage risks. The second one is proactively explore service and product opportunities to better serve customers. Third one is to seek to do it right the first time. And finally, strive to exceed customers' needs and expectations through competence, innovation, and teamwork. That sums up the definition of quality for me. When there was a quality issue and it went wrong, there was always something as far as a risk management or having the right product to solve a problem, or doing it right the first time, or simply exceeding customers. Something didn't line up in there. The second one was respect. You're courteous, responsive, and professional. The second one is stay present in the moment and actively listen and understand others. The third, treat every person with kindness and humility. And finally, value and recognize every individual for their unique skills, talents, and contributions. Respect. No matter what type of an individual you're working with or selling to or having a conversation with, you have to look for the good in everybody and recognize their contributions. Everybody has some sort of a contribution. Some people hide it better than others. Accountability. Find solutions that contribute to the desired results. Second, give and seek clear expectations. Third, make sound decisions from experience. Get this. Good judgment and collaboration. And then 4, take ownership of and responsibility for actions, risks, and results. And use those outcomes as learning opportunities. In other words, be accountable for your actions. Stop winning and losing and start winning and learning. And use those opportunities as learning experiences. Measure those experiences against your set of core values and get better. Next is integrity. Act in all endeavors with an ethical, honest mindset and professional manner. You're truthful in all actions and communications. Honor commitments. Keep promises and build trust. Integrity. Next is openness. You approach every situation with good intentions. You're receptive to new and diverse ideas. You encourage a trusting environment by being genuine and transparent in actions and communications. And you listen, cooperate, and share all across the organization. That's openness. Finally, balance. Embrace opportunities for personal and professional development. Maintain focus on long-term goals while meeting short-term needs. Support a healthy personal and professional balance, and support an environment that is optimistic and enjoyable, in which relationships can prosper across your organization, communities, and families. I feel like it's a really good set of core values. So here's my recommendation to you. Regardless as to where you are in your career, it's a great exercise to go through. Print this document off. Download it, print it. Tape it beside your mirror, so in the bathroom, so it's the first thing you're looking at in the morning while you're brushing your teeth. Think about yesterday and everything you went through. Identify 2 or 3 things that you feel if you were able to manage a little more effectively, it would make a difference. And you'd be amazed at the results. So, number 1, attitude of gratitude. Number 2, stop winning and losing and start winning and learning. A great way to learn is to measure experiences against a set of core values. I encourage you to use these and learn from those. There's something else that happens with this too. Regardless of the situation that you're in, if you're working for a company that already has a set of core values everybody measures against, I'm confident that that organization's culture is awesome. Great culture, right? Proactive, everything works. If you're not in that type of a situation, though, you can be the change by simply demonstrating what this can do for you. Having that positive mental attitude, having a focus on winning and learning instead of winning and losing, somebody's going to notice eventually, and you're going to see your whole world start to change. The third thing within that, be the change you want the world to be, and you'll be amazed at the result. Now, you have to let me make clear what I mean by that. There's something called the law of attraction that's absolutely real. That means your behavior towards the world is going to reciprocate back to you. Your approach to the world will come back to you. If you're a happy person, you'll attract happiness. If you're a confident person, you'll attract confidence. If you're a cynical person, you'll attract cynics. If you're a negative person, you're going to attract negativity. So be careful what your approach is towards the world. What you think is going to manifest into your reality. So if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. It's absolutely true. And listen, just because you may not understand it doesn't mean it isn't true. Applying this requires a little bit of faith, and the proof will reveal itself if you put this into practice. Be careful what you put in your mind. Be careful with who you hang out with, because your behavior is the sum total, the average of the 5 people that you spend most of your time with. Take a hard look at that, folks. It will have an impact on your performance and your results, okay? You can also be the influencer in that with the positive mental attitude and your leadership and your ability to influence situations. So, attitude of gratitude. Start winning and learning, stop winning and losing. And understand that your approach to this is going to determine your altitude with this. The sky's the limit. You live in a country that encourages you to pursue your dreams. How you pursue your dreams is up to you. I encourage you to adopt a set of core values that you can measure every action against, that'll give you the tools and the resources to improve and get better. And this is what happens. Once you get really good at this and you start sharing this with coworkers, eventually imagine an entire organization measuring every decision in this fashion against these core values. That's called culture. All of a sudden you're going to see a culture start to flourish that's very healthy, very proactive, and very customer-centric. And that's when things get very, very exciting. Awesome responsibility. Now that you know, you're going to have to make a conscious decision to do this or not to do that. You're welcome very much. This is Tom Whitman. I appreciate the opportunity to have this discussion with you this afternoon. Good selling, and until next time, take care.